Welcome back to my channel, Frugal with John. Winter's here, time to put the winter tires on. I have them over here already mounted. I find it a lot easier having separate rims because the ones on the vehicle are aluminum. Aluminum don't hold up well to salt, especially with the new brine they're putting on the roads. So years ago I turned around and I bought steel rims, and I don't have to take the vehicle to somebody to have the tires changed. I store them in the garage. When I have time, when it's convenient for me, I do the switch. And guess what? Today's convenient for me to do the tire swap. I'm going to run through a couple of things. The importance of torquing the wheels on the vehicle. There's a couple of reasons why I like changing my own tires on the rims. It gives me the opportunity to check my vehicle over. I check the tie rod ends, ball joints. I go underneath, I check the brakes, I check all the brake lines, flex lines. It's an opportunity for me to go through my vehicle. A lot of times they say do it on an oil change. I kind of do it twice a year on my tire change. Like I say, it's a good opportunity to check, make sure you got no plate on the front end. Shake it back and forth. This will give you your tie rod ends up and down. Will give you your ball joint. I've got no play on it.
It's not manual.
What's that?
That easy because you have a machine.
What do you mean, what's not easy?
I mean to take that one off
If you do it by hand, and as long as you torque them on, they come off real easy. It's people who put them on with an impact and don't torque them. It's a bear to get them off, or they strip. You stretch the threads inside, or you stretch these threads. Anyway, I mean, the worst case scenario, the tire falls off and can't injure somebody in the highway, so they should be torqued on. You start warping the rotors if you don't put them on proper, torque them down. And for me, the key thing is, of course, yes, they could hurt somebody in the highway or kill somebody. But the key thing is, if you get a flat in the middle of nowhere, and if your tire's torqued on, it will always come off. Any tire I've ever put on, and I torqued them for a customer, I always manufacture spec. I find out what it is. And I tell them, I said, if you're stuck, it doesn't matter where you are, and if you can't take the tire off with your tire iron, call me. I'll come and do it myself. Simple fact is, I torque them. They always come off. Never had one seize in, I don't know, since I start torquing. I mean, torque came out very beginning. There wasn't no torque wrench or nothing on tires. You kind of just hammered them in. But I was working on tractor trailers at the time and heavy equipment. So since I started, never ever had a tire seize. Anyway, now it's the perfect time to check your flex line for cracks. If you got a crack, change it. Check, make sure everything's here. Everything is good. Your brake pads are good. Rotors are good. Everything is good. Let's spin the tire. I spun it earlier. And we have a sway bar link on. I don't know which one it is, and it is not this one. Yeah, this one's good. The other side is gone. Okay. Everything looks good here, so put the tire. I gotta find my marker. Hey, this one came on off the right front. A lot of people use I use a marker. I've been doing it for a while. Eventually the marker wears off, but so this one's right front. We already know where this one will go. They say these tires are directional. Yeah, this one was on the rear before, so this time here I'm going to rotate. I'm going to put it in the front, put this one in the back. So basically a tire rotation. Find the easiest way to get these on is take one stud, put it to the top, so when you lift the tire on, let's get this cord out of my way. So when you lift the tire on, the tire lines up, you know where the top it is, so it makes it easier to go on. Start them by hand. When you tighten them up at the impact, don't hammer them on, just get it snug to get the play out of the tire, because the torque wrench will torque the tire up. Okay. I can see a lot of garages out there. They hammer it on with the impact, and then they take a torque wrench to check it. But meanwhile, with the impact, they've already over-torqued the nut anyway. So torque wrench doesn't really do anything. I've seen that done so many times. If you put the torque wrench on and it clicks right off the bat, you have to back it off and redo it. Okay, park brakes on. On the back, another problem is always take before you torque the wheel, make sure the park brake's off. I've seen in the past, especially in tractor trailers with the air brakes on, I've seen people torque the tire and then release the brake, go down the road, tire falls off. It was a huge problem. So always make sure the park brake's off when you torque them on. You got torque on the ground, so park brake's got to come off. If I'm not mistaken, they were making Safety Canada was doing a video of how to train mechanics to put tires on. And it was them who discovered the park brake was on, the air brake. And after they did the job of the training, they found the tire loose. And they had a big investigation and found out it's because the air brake was on. So they torqued up to the air brake. The minute you release it, the drum moves in, the tire's loose again. Right rear, it's already marked. So next year I'll put the right rear on the front and that on the back. Stud to the top. Before you lift the tire, make sure the hole's to the top. Without looking, you know it goes there, so you should line up pretty close. Okay, perfect. Okay, go to the other side. You also notice that on These sat all summer in the garage. They're going to be low on air. Usually go down exact pressure, I'm trying to think, maybe 10 pounds. But they should all go down roughly the same amount. If you got one that's really low, that means you got a small leak somewhere or a bigger leak. Somewhere in the rim or the tire, you might want to have it brought in and get it checked out. I checked this out already. Yeah, we're good. No play. There it is. Okay, same thing. Check your flex lines, make sure there's no cracks. Brake lines, make sure it's not rusted. Spring, make sure it's not cracked. Pads, rotors, no leaks. Everything looks good, except that thing. So, let me get some tools and get that out of there. Like so. Yeah, it's not working out well. Take this one off. Okay, it's off. It's off like that. It actually just snapped off. Okay. What was happening was this was worn out and it was banging this way. This is the noise I was hearing. You can see where it was hitting right there where it's wore out. So every time we go down, it was bang, bang, bang. Every time I around the corner or hit a bump. Anyway, it's wore out. So we'll put a new one in. have to come up much.
This is a sound sleep.
Huh?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I just jacked it up a bit and I made sure this is facing up, so it should fit in there. That should be good. Good note on that. Yeah, this bottle jack's not working right. Something tells me I should take it back. It's not.
Done? That one?
No, I have to adjust and get that up. The bottle jack's leaking oil. Like I say, it's not that old. I've used it many times, but it's the first time it leaked that bad. So back it goes. Okay. Okay, 17. I don't have a 17 socket here. That should be tight enough. You don't want to do it too tight. Okay. Okay, that's done.
Yeah, stop.
Okay, that's done. I straightened the wheel out, checked everything else is good. And that sway bar link was bad, and that was caused me a lot of noise on the road. A lot of clunking. And 19, yeah, wheel studs on this are 19 lug nuts. Okay. Okay, set your torque wrench to manufacturer's. Stay there. I'm doing over here. I just grabbed my socket.
Every year.
I try to run the same pattern I use all the time. I always start this side and finish the other side. So if you move the camera over there and I go over there, it knocks my pattern off. Okay. Like I say, check your manufacturer spec, what the torque is. If you check it up in the Jolt manual, it'd be there. Suzuki manual, it'd be there. Ask online, it'd be there. As you notice, when I torquing these, I just snugged them up with the impact. I didn't go tight. So if you look at the torque wrench, okay, go down and look at the torque wrench. As you tighten these up, you can tell every one is turning. And that's exactly what you want. After you torque all the rims, all the lugs, whatever you want to call it, always release the torque wrench back down to this one minimum 20. It stops at 20, so take it all the way down. Never put your torque wrench away. Load it. Basically, lowest mark here is 20. It's backed off. Now I can put it back in the case and put it away for next time. I'm going to check tire pressure. I'm going to set to what the manufacturer asks for this particular vehicle. And then it's pretty much as easy as it is to just do a tire change if you buy the separate rims. I think it'd be cheaper in the long run if you calculate how much it is to bring it in. Plus sometimes you can't get in if you get an early snowstorm. The garages are too busy. Anyway, if you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. Hit subscribe. I always say thumbs down. It really doesn't matter. I don't think it does anyway. Anyway, subscribe, hit the bell. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.